One of Crackle's first originals on their website is Dead Rising's Watchtower. Welcome back, everyone. This is Jason, aka J-Bone of the Ramblin' About Wrestling podcast. Here to do something a little different. Normally I talk about wrestling on here, but if you've watched my channel here and there over the last year, I've done things related to The Walking Dead. I used to do Walking Dead videos, but I just didn't get much response from them, so I stopped doing them. Um, Sorry about that. But I still do, Walking Dead related videos. Obviously, this is one of them, and I wanted to watch it, so I figured I would do a video, throw my 2 cents in on this original movie based on the video game. Now, I don't play zombie related video games. I barely play any video games anymore, honestly. I play some video games with my son, and that's usually the uh, stuff related to Lego. The Marvel, the DC, uh, the Lego movie one. So, yeah, I play some of the wrestling stuff. I haven't played them in a long time. I've gotten away from playing video games almost entirely. Up until recently, I picked up my wrestling games, but yeah, I don't play the horror related ones just because I don't know, they're just not fun for me. But um, but I do watch a lot of gameplays, and uh, Rad Brad is one that I watch a lot. And I've watched a few of his horror ones, like The Last of Us and stuff like that, and some of his gameplay on what the heck was it? H H1Z1, whatever it was. Some of the Walking Dead related ones. I've watched his Walking Dead series, so it made me curious to see what this movie was going to be like, and it was pretty good. I put it. I did a move. Did a movie. I did a video talking about. Oh god damn! I'm rusty on here. Sorry, guys. I did a video on. Uh, was it Z Nation, the one that's on uh, the Sci-Fi Network? I watched a few episodes of that. Obviously, not as good as The Walking Dead if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, but I gave it a chance. I wanted to at least watch a few episodes, see what it was like, see if it was worth watching. The first few episodes were okay. Obviously, something that didn't take itself too seriously. And I compare this a lot to that, with the respect that um, I'd put this Dead Rising Watchtower somewhere between The Walking Dead and Z Nation. And that the acting was okay. The gore factor was pretty good. It wasn't quite as sick and nasty as some of the stuff we've seen on The Walking Dead. Some of that stuff we've seen, especially on this season and last season, especially this season. Wow. With as far as the guts, uh, what's one of the worst ones we've seen on this past season of The Walking Dead? Like Noah's death, where he literally got ripped apart and his face got, you know, that same episode, I can't think of the guy's name, where he was pinned up against the wall, um, impaled, and then literally ripped apart right in front of you, guts, everything. Just it was it was sick. It was great. Um, the worst part of this movie as far as the gore factor was when they turned and they spit up a lot of crap. Even when they went to go, attack someone and bite into them, you could tell they were doing it, but you didn't see a lot of the flesh ripping apart off the body like you do in The Walking Dead. Um, you saw a lot of blood spray, like when they were like hacking or swinging against someone, and those effects were pretty good. So, that was all right. I think, honestly, the hardest part about watching this, I mean, I was having internet issues, and honestly, with the internet issues I'm having, I don't even know when I'm going to be uploading this. It's now Monday afternoon. The internet is going back and forth in the neighborhood. They're working on it. Good old Time Warner Cable. Who knows what the issue is. So hopefully this video will be loaded somewhere between Monday night and during the day on Tuesday. Yeah, the cats are pissed off too. But yeah, this was it was decent. The hardest part about watching this between the internet issues was Crackle's like Netflix, as in it's got TV series you can watch, movies you can watch, but it's free and you don't have to pay for anything. Reason why it's free is because they throw a ton of cartoons. Oh my god, I need a nap. They throw a ton of commercials in it. And for example, the Dead Rising Watchtower movie is 2 hours long. Every 10 to 15 minutes, there's commercials. So a good at least half hour of this is commercials. It's at least, if not more. So, yeah, you have to be very patient watching this. It's not just like watching, watching a movie all the way through, which is what I thought it was going to be, but it's not. There's a lot of breaks in there. But yeah, and I'm not real another part of this I wish I could talk more about, but like I said, I don't play the video games. The one character in the movie, played by, what was his name, Ron Ziggle, whatever his name is, the comedian. I think he was a character from a former Dead Rising game where he survived one zombie apocalypse already, wrote a book, and his part in the movie is he's talking to you to tell you how to survive zombie apocalypse. That's pretty funny. His character's very, how do I say this, egotistical, like, hey, been there, done that. This is what you got to do. You got to read my book, and I'll tell you how to survive a zombie apocalypse. It's that kind of character. So that was funny. And the lady who's doing the newscasting, who's interviewing him, is just, she's ready to slit her wrist. She's had it with this guy. The whole movie, she's just done with him. She can't stand him. So that aspect is pretty funny. Like I said, this is one of those where they did a little bit of everything just right. This is one that it didn't take itself too seriously. They had a lot of fun with it. The bad guys are very video game oriented. In fact, some of these guys are probably in the video game. I'm sorry, I couldn't tell you which ones. As far as the biker game, seems like something that'd be right out of the video game. But that was, they showed up and they were, very post-apocalyptic, almost like guys out of, what movie am I thinking of? The Mad Max series. the old Mel Gibson series, something like that. Killing zombies and all the crazy weapons. I know that from the video game series is that's part of it. You have to create weapons. And honestly, as far as, it might seem over the top, attaching this kind of weapon to this kind of weapon, attaching a machete to a baseball bat or attaching a chainsaw to something else to make it a big, crazy, strong weapon. Honestly, heaven forbid anything like that ever went down. Um, thanks to the creative minds of video game makers like these, yeah, you're going to be probably trying to come up with some, whatever you have as a weapon to kill walkers, zombies, whatever you want to call them, whether it be chainsaws, baseball bats, hammers, machetes, knives, whatever, what have you. And that was one thing they kept on bringing up throughout the whole movie was creating weapons. So yeah, there's that aspect of the video game that they, brought to life before our eyes, and it was fun. It was, if you can be patient enough to sit through all the stupid commercials, and it's all the same commercials nonstop through the whole thing every 10 minutes or 10-15 minutes, whatever it is. If you can be patient enough to sit through all those and watch it, it's like watching a movie on regular cable, all the commercials, which I almost never do because of the commercials, unless it's something I DVR'd. If you can be patient enough to sit through all that, and you're a fan of, The Walking Dead or zombie movies, you'll probably like it. And I'll say it again, it's one of those where they didn't take themselves too seriously. The zombies, the gore factor, it was okay. Okay, it wasn't like, oh my god, it was the best zombie movie ever. It's some of the best ones I'd say out there, like remakes of Dawn of the Dead and stuff like that. Or some of the remakes of Night of the Living Dead. Those were okay. Pretty good as far as modern, Walking Dead type movies. So yeah, if you're a fan of The Walking Dead and you're looking for something fun to watch, something, like I said, doesn't take itself too seriously, and if you're a fan of the video game, by all means, go watch it. The acting's okay, the gore factor's okay. Is this something I'm going to watch again? Probably not. Who knows? Unless I'm having a zombie marathon thing someday, and then I'll probably watch it again, because I think it's one of the more fun, one of the better ones out there. But you gotta be patient. If you're gonna use the Crackle app, you have to be prepared to obviously sit through a lot of commercials because it is free. So you can watch it on your Xbox. You can watch it online on your computer. Not sure if it's on the PlayStation Network. That I'm not sure of. It might be exclusive to Xbox users, Xbox 360, Xbox One, whatnot, or just on the website. So that being said, it was pretty good. On the IMDb website, they gave it like 5.5 out of 10 stars. I'd give it a little bit better than that, just because it wasn't as bad, I'd say, as Z Nation, which was really kind of comical, especially when it came to like the first episode where the baby became a zombie, and that was just god awful. So it was okay. It was pretty good for a zombie movie. And that's my thoughts on it. Go see it. I I don't highly recommend it, but I do recommend it if you want something fun to watch, zombie related. All right, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching.